Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Uh, Hi, my name is Nick Dressbach. This is my major one speech. What we're going to be talking about today is in Los Angeles County and California as a whole, we have a major problem with our community, especially in bigger cities, and that is the housing crisis. But we can soon see a major shift in policies since the state of California is now in its single family zoning laws. What can be described is also very controversial, like Mayor of Redondo Beach, California, has become opposed to this bills called SB 9 and SB 10 being passed by the state of California. And what it does is SB 9 is going to eliminate single family zoning, which means communities like where I live in Torrance or say Montebello, Redondo Beach, they have these zoning laws in place because they want to, make it more of a family area and not have so many apartment complexes or bigger units, which may be smaller built. And this goes back all the way to 1917 when the city of Berkeley, of all cities, was the first to enact the single zoning law. And what they did that for was to make it a more desirable neighborhood for people with money and wealth, and pretty much like keep the affluent people together, push away commercial buildings, and basically try to keep out poor people. Now, since they were the first to do that over the course of 100 years, the housing crisis in 2008, where spending purchasing power has gone down a lot for working class families, it's created a housing crunch. Right now, we are 499,434 short of the housing in the state of California. That comes from urbanized.city. What that is now, these laws, the bills, SB 9 and SB 10, what it's doing is allowing one, like I said, getting rid of a single family zone. So now developers can build, or people who have houses build a second unit on their lot without any repercussions. And SB 10 now allows up to 10 units if they decide to knock down the lot, be built on those lots, which over the course of 8 years, according to the Economist magazine, create over 700,000 homes, but it also needs people to be a part of it. Like, so, say I have a single family, and then I build an extra lot. I'm building more housing for them. But if I don't participate, then it's not for all those people that need it. Um, according to American City and County, the writer Andy Castillo introduced what Los Angeles is doing called the Plan to House LA, and it's a plan is to add 57,000 new housing units, which is almost 500,000 total over the next decade. That is their goal and mission, which would uh, help with what's going on with the already having almost half a million shortfall in housing. So a lot of these issues have to do with obviously wealth income gap. Wages are staying stagnant, so people aren't able to buy housing, or they're getting priced out, and that's also a real concern for people. Even though SB 9 and SB 10 got passed, they just say it's a small fraction of what needs to be done, because at the same time, sure, some well starts building those properties, and they build luxury properties, harder for the individual that's already having struggles to live in the Los Angeles County. Um, and what more can be done? Because basically, what's going to happen is gentrification start happening. If that happens, then it's kind of defeat the purpose of having affordable housing for people in the state of California or just Los Angeles County in general. Because it's super expensive to live here. For myself, I pay $17.50 a month just to live in a one bedroom apartment. people that look for 3-bedroom bath homes. They're having to pay like 3,500, just depending where they want to live. Sometimes they're going all the way out to the county. Some people are just moving all the way out to like Riverside County now because housing is much cheaper. I know people at my job, like I have two different bosses. One lives all the way out in Lancaster, and the other lives out in Palmdale. They make it every day. I know a coworker who came all the way from Bakersfield to work where I work, which is at LAX Airport.
Yeah.
So this is a really, really big problem. So just because we're doing something like SB9, SB10, which is great start. At the same time, what we really need to do is figure out like what you can do. Like, does it mean you got to start regulating pricing on housing? And obviously, that's going to make people go insane. Uh, but at the end of the day, we still have a housing shortage. It increases the homeless situation. People are getting priced out, moving out of state. And at the end of the day, that also affects the economy of Los Angeles, the state of California. And um, to me, it's just not right. But I think what we can do is get some stuff added to SB9, SB10, where there's incentive to build more units and to make it affordable. Start giving tax breaks. Obviously, people with wealth or who are rich or companies like that, they're gonna love tax breaks, save them money, and they can still get money and give stability to people who right now don't want stability. And I would even suggest probably having a rent control policy for the entire state. Um, Obviously, that might drive a lot of people out of the state, but it could attract a lot more people to the state. It's a bigger issue that it's going to take time, like I said before, to really like get a hold of. So, in conclusion, we don't have an easy solution. We still have a housing crisis. It will take 10 years, 15 years. That's a long time. But at least it's finally being addressed now. And thanks to Gavin Newsom winning the recall election, not being recalled, that was the day after the first thing he signed was SB9, SB10, and really trying to push the not only in well they've ended the single family zoning laws, but just trying to give housing to people, the working class people who really went. I mean, homes everywhere else, the big, the giant, like people got a lot of space, and it kind of makes people like us or people who are watching like really squeeze tight on their living situation. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it.